Hola y bienvenidos a todos. Hello and welcome you all to my channel Spanish with Pallavi. Y buenas tardes, good evening. So in today's video we are going to learn how to learn Spanish by yourself at home, at office or any other place that you would like to. How to learn Spanish by yourself in different ways or on your own. First, language learning apps. So when I started learning Spanish from the very basic, and I started from the app only, and then I took the online courses and the offline courses as well. If you want to learn Spanish or any other language, you can start from the very basic and you can build your own vocabulary with the help of these apps. I personally started from Duolingo, so you can also start from that app. It's a very good app, and any other app also you can try, which teaches you and helps you to build a good vocabulary and how to introduce yourselves. These apps, from the help of these apps, write down the vocabulary and English and Spanish both. Okay, so you can start learning these words, the basic words that you use in daily kind of conversations, and the introduction part, how to introduce yourself in Spanish and English. So you can write down the translation also of both. Okay, so I would suggest, if you are at beginner level and you wanted to start learning any other language or Spanish, and you want to start from the very basic, that you don't know anything in foreign language or Spanish language, so you can start from any other app or Duolingo. So I personally started from that app, so that's why I'm suggesting that. Second, media consumption. So what is media consumption? So if you're watching movie, if you're watching series, any kind of series, you can start watching them in Spanish language. If you wanted to learn Spanish, you can start watching these videos, or on a series, any movies, you can start watching them with the subtitles, and audio could be in Spanish also and subtitles could be in English. So you can do vice versa. You can start watching movies in Spanish, you can start watching series in Spanish, you can start listening songs in Spanish, and you can start understanding the words, what it's saying. And if you're not able to understand anything, you can start googling it, that what is the meaning of this specific word, what is the meaning of this specific phrase. You can find it out on your own, and while exploring these things, you eventually get to learn things, right? So you can start consuming through media, social media, and any other platforms that you're using, or you're watching videos on YouTube, you are watching movies, you're watching movies on Netflix, and try to change these things eventually, which helps you to learn Spanish language. And slowly you will eventually get to learn new words, new phrases, new vocabulary, and try to write it down all. There are so many podcasts in Spanish language, so you can also listen to those podcasts, and you can also try to listen music in Spanish. So it helps you gradually. The transition will be very great for you to learn Spanish language. Third, you can go for any short stories. If you're starting right now to learn Spanish language, you can go for short stories, novels. These are the names of the books that you can read, and I personally liked it. Have dictionary with you while reading, or listening or watching things. Try to learn things from the dictionary only. Okay, so if you're not able to get any word in Spanish, you can go to the dictionary and search it. Don't use Google just directly. Don't use that, because there are things in Spanish that depends on the context of the sentences. So that's why you should go to dictionary only. English to Spanish, Spanish to English. It's your choice. So you can start from reading short stories in Spanish, then eventually you can move on to novels. So these are the names that I would suggest personally that you should read. You can also try those books with the exercises of Spanish language. Grammatically also, you should try to do the exercises in those books. There are so many books that you can do the exercises in. Fourth, after these steps, now you can opt for the online courses or offline courses that you personally like. Okay, that's your own choice. After doing all these steps, media consumption, reading books and short stories in Spanish, try to learn the words and have dictionary with you always. After doing these steps, now you can opt for the courses. Spanish language courses. There are so many levels in Spanish language. Now enroll yourself in courses and online classes for Spanish language. So these were the 4 points how to learn Spanish by yourself. I also made playlist for the people who want to learn Spanish, for the students who want to learn Spanish from the very beginner stage and from the very basic. Okay, so I made the playlist how to introduce yourself, how to conjugate the verbs in Spanish, the basic verbs in Spanish, regular, irregular, and reflexive verbs. So there is this whole course in Spanish, and I made the playlist on my channel Spanish with Pallavi. You can also watch these videos and write it down, the sentences, the phrases, the verbs, the vocabulary, and so on, and the meanings of it in English and Spanish both. And I'm putting all the links of these videos and playlists in the description part, so you can watch these videos, like it, subscribe my channel Spanish with Pallavi, and click on the bell button as well. Adios, hasta pronto, bye.